You know, sometimes I wonder, what does it actually feel like to be Johnny Depp? Not just the actor. Not just the superstar. But the man. The human being behind it all. I mean, think about it for a second. Everywhere you go, people stare. People scream your name. Cameras flash in your face. People make up stories about you, some true, some not even close. You're in the spotlight whether you like it or not. And no matter how much you try to live a normal life, you're always Johnny Depp to the world. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot to carry. And yet, somehow, he still manages to walk out there with a smile. He still shows up. He still does what he loves. That, to me, is amazing. And that's what makes what happened on the red carpet recently so special. It wasn't just another premiere. It wasn't just another celebrity walking down the line, saying a few rehearsed words, waving at the fans, and moving on. No. This felt different. And if you were paying attention, you could see it too. So let me take you there. Close your eyes for a second and picture it. The lights are blinding. The carpet is bright and impossibly clean. Security guards line the edges. Photographers push and jostle for the perfect shot. Fans lean over the barricades, holding up signs, waving at him. Some are even crying because they finally get to see him in person after years of watching his movies. And then, there he is. Johnny. He walks out onto the carpet, wearing his signature black suit with just a little bit of rebellion in the way it's put together. His shirt slightly unbuttoned at the top, necklaces peeking through. Rings covering his fingers. A pair of tinted sunglasses hiding his eyes just enough to make you wonder what he's really thinking. He looks calm. Cool. But also, somehow, softer than usual. And then the reporter asks him a question. How does it feel to finally share this movie with the world? He pauses. Just for a second. And in that moment, you can almost see everything he's been through flash across his face. The trials. The lawsuits. The betrayals. The endless scrutiny. The people who doubted him. The ones who left. The ones who stayed. And then he smiles. That half-smile he's known for. And he says, I feel lucky. I really do. Lucky to still be here. Lucky that people still care. And proud. Very proud. That's it. Simple words. But so heavy with meaning. Because you know what? He is lucky. And not because he's famous. Not because he's rich. But because, despite everything, despite the years of bad press and painful moments, he's still here. Still working. Still creating. Still loved by millions. That's not something you can fake. And that's what makes Johnny Depp different. See, Hollywood loves to build people up, and then tear them down. It happens all the time. A star makes a mistake, or just becomes a little too human, and suddenly everyone wants to watch them fall. But Johnny? He fell, and then he stood back up. And in that moment, on that red carpet, you could tell. You could tell that he didn't just come back for himself. He came back for the fans. For the people who never stopped believing in him. Because think about it, how many of us have felt like we were counted out? Like nobody believed in us anymore? Maybe at work. Maybe in school. Maybe even in our own families. And then, somehow, we found the strength to keep going anyway. That's what makes his story so relatable. Because in a way, it's not just his story. It's ours too. He even joked a little during the interview. Said he feels like the luckiest guy alive just to know that people still care about what he does. And the way he said it, you could tell it wasn't just a line. It was real. And that's rare. Because let's be honest, in Hollywood, you don't always get real. You get sound bites. You get rehearsed answers. You get smiles that don't reach the eyes. But with Johnny? You get someone who remembers what it was like to be that kid with a dream. Someone who hasn't forgotten where he came from. Someone who, even now, is just grateful to still be here. And that's why people love him. You could see it in how he treated the fans that night. He didn't just wave and move on. He stopped. He signed autographs. He posed for pictures. He looked people in the eye. One woman even said she told him, "Thank you," and he actually stopped, smiled, and said, "No, thank you." Can you imagine? A man who's achieved everything he's achieved, who's been through everything he's been through, still taking the time to thank you. That's powerful. And it's something we can all learn from. Because success isn't just about talent. Sure, you need talent. But you also need resilience. You need gratitude. You need to remember the people who stood by you when nobody else would. And that's something Johnny Depp understands better than most. And maybe that's why we keep rooting for him. Because every time we see him, we're reminded that no matter how dark things get, no matter how many times you fall, you can always get back up. Always. So here's a little tip. If you ever get the chance to meet him, don't just yell his name. Don't just scream for a selfie. Instead, say thank you. Say thank you for the characters he's brought to life. For the moments he's given us. For showing us what it means to keep going, even when the world is against you. Chances are, he'll smile. And he'll say it right back. Because at the end of the day, he's just a man. A man who's been through hell. Who's made mistakes. Who's had his heart broken. But who still shows up. Still smiles. Still says, "I'm proud of what I've done." And isn't that what we all want? To be able to look at our lives, even after all the pain and the mess, and say, "I'm proud of myself." That's why his words hit so hard that night. That's why fans all over the world are still talking about them. Because he wasn't just talking about a movie. He was talking about life. About second chances. About gratitude. And about never, ever giving up. So now I want to hear from you. What's that one moment in Johnny's career that made you a fan for life? Was it his early days, when he showed us what it means to be beautifully different as Edward Scissorhands? When he reminded us that it's okay to stand out, to not fit the mold? Or was it when he became Captain Jack Sparrow, and taught us that sometimes, being a little unpredictable, is the best way to live? Or maybe it was just a quiet moment, like this one, where he reminded you that it's okay to just be yourself. Whatever it is, share it. Leave your favorite memory in the comments. I can't wait to read what you have to say. And if this video made you smile, if it reminded you of why you became a fan in the first place, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want more stories like this, more moments like this, don't go anywhere. Check out the next video right here on the channel. It's full of behind-the-scenes stories and unseen moments you won't want to miss. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're building something special here. A little corner of the internet where we can share these stories. Where we can remind each other that no matter what life throws at you, there's always another red carpet waiting. Waiting for you to shine. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And most of all, thank you for believing in Johnny, and maybe even in yourself, when it would have been easier to just give up. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next one.